Okay, working on my 92 Ford F150 again. What I got going on is, I didn't videotape it, but just changed the rear shoes, wheel cylinders, and drums on my rear axle. And what I plan on doing now is going ahead and rip out all these old brake lines, because they are nasty, and you can tell by that RAB unit, rear anti-braking system. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that while I'm doing all this. I spent $200 on a brand new one of them, so it better freaking work or I'm gonna be pissed. But anyway, I gotta break the lines loose, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the RAB unit off. And then what I plan on wanting to do next is replace this line. Oh no, excuse me, this one. That's running to the rear axle. And then get it replaced, and I'll work my way up and back to the passenger side on the front, because my rear axle brake lines already changed them. So, and if you're wondering, this one here is 3/8. If I can get it on there. There we go. And both of these fittings are different sizes. This one's a 3/8, the other one is a 7/16. This one's 7/16, 3/8. Here comes the brake fluid. Switch it over. 7/16. Let's get a little focus there. I pre-broke these loose just to make sure they were going to come loose, because these got a lot of time underneath here. As you can tell by that RAB unit, it don't look too healthy. I did have a ABS light on. It was one of them deals where it would come on and shut itself off. So I just unplugged the little black box behind the glove box, and it turned my light off. And honestly, I've never had ABS on this truck, because every other time I've tried to use it, or not even try to use it, but it's never done what ABS is supposed to do. Do that, whatever. But I don't think these things do that. But all right, those are loose. But my back tires, I've always just locked up and slid to a stop. Just typical, normal for a truck, I always thought. But if it's got it on here, I like to replace it and see if I can get it operational again. Now they did say on the old one, the new one I'm going to do, I'm going to take this nut off, take the spring out while I bleed it, because they say, I guess the spring puts pressure on it or something, and it keeps it from bleeding properly, even though it's got a bleeder valve there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take that nut off on the new one, take the spring out, bleed it, and then put the spring and the nut back on, and then go from there. If anybody's wondering, let's see if I can reach. That's what the end of the plug looks like for a 92. Okay, so that's that. Let me turn you off for a second and go to the other side of the frame. Okay, here we are on the other side of the frame. It's only got three nuts, because the one I've got, it's got studs that come through the frame, and then it's got 3 nuts. Some have different mounting brackets, but this one has got this way. You know what? Screw that. If you're going to do a job, get the proper tool. Oh, maybe not. It should come out. Cool. And there she goes. Let's see if I can grab that thing. There we go. Man, look how crusty this thing is. Get some better light in here. Pretty crusty. And that's the big nut I'll take off on the new one. That's just it. Let me show you what the new one looks like. Okay, here we go. Here's my new unit. New plug. 4-prong. Looks pretty identical. I'm not too sure on this. I guess it's the same thing. I may have to reuse that because I don't know if that came factory. Because I think when I replaced or just the line that come in here off of Bronco, because my other one was pretty crappy, I did this. But I'll try it and see what it does. Yeah. $200 sitting right there. But I'm sure that's been on there since '92, so it's time for a change. You can tell, I mean, it's pretty corrody. All the wires look like they match the colors, so I'm gonna leave all those plugs in there until I stick her on there. I gotta get those nuts off the studs that came off this one now, because I don't think they were supposed to come out, but they did. If that's the case, if I can't get them nuts off, I'll have to run to the hardware store and get them. Well, anyway, I'll bring it back.